Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and I am here to do an Everything Pro Wrestling Q&A Part 1. Before we get into that, though, the first thing I want to talk about is a horrible Monday Night Raw and a stretch of them that we've been having lately. Monday Night Raw has been beyond terrible, and the ratings show that. The consistent decline. Wrestling is not as popular as it once was in the great Attitude Era, and I said that with finger quotes. The Monday Night Wars aren't going on. There is nothing that is making a fan feel obliged to watching Monday Night Raw. There's no dedication. There's no reason for you to be into Monday Night Raw. And at this point in the game, I felt that Alexa Bliss segment, This Is Your Life for Bayley last night, was just so god-awful that it basically summed up how people feel about Raw. There were what chants, and Alexa didn't address them this time like she did last time, and she tried to play off of it, but it didn't work, and it just made things worse. There were boring chants. The segment had the phoniest acting in it that nobody wants to see. It didn't add anything of value to the show. And we all know the 3 hours sucks. WWE changed the 3 hours, and we need to get back on track of making a good show. What needs to change? Whether it's a different creative direction, a creative shakeup. I think you need less people in the creative room. You need to have people no longer reading scripts for promos. It sounds too rehearsed, too phony, and no one can speak like that character like the other guys do. Unless some of the wrestlers have creative freedom with their characters, what they want to do, where they want to take them, what's the best way to try to get them over. With that, let's get right into the question and answer section here, though. First question from Dalla Paris in the Facebook group. Is Jinder Mahal as champion refreshing or annoying? How long before he drops the title? Dalla Paris, thank you, number one, for asking this question. Jinder Mahal is a difficult type of situation to address. When I first saw Jinder Mahal, I think he's a decent talent. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he's the greatest thing either since sliced bread. But Jinder Mahal goes in there, and it looks like he works very hard and does the best that he can with whatever you give him. Jinder Mahal was someone who was in the finals of the first ever NXT tournament, and he has worked his way up. He was in 3MB, but when you look at his win-loss record, he doesn't seem believable. I couldn't even tell you if this guy has more than 30 wins since he's been in WWE. And Jinder Mahal just doesn't do it for me at the moment. Jinder Mahal is someone who I feel isn't as over as WWE thinks he is, and I felt like this was just more of a shock kind of thing. And as I've heard others say, there are different shocks. There's a good shock and a bad shock. I could walk in your house and throw you a surprise birthday party. Great shock. I could also come into your house, take a dump in the middle of the floor, and you're shocked as well. But that's not a good shock. You are probably angry and probably going to kick me out of your house. But with Jinder Mahal, it's refreshing and annoying, and here's why. The refreshing part is because Randy Orton is no longer champ, someone who we've seen as champ many times like John Cena, and he's part of like Vince McMahon's favorites club. Like, you know, these guys are already over with the company. They've given them everything. How do you make that stuff mean something now? And it's very difficult to do. The part that is annoying, though, is the fact that Jinder Mahal didn't really, in my opinion, earn this. What has Jinder Mahal done so differently than guys like Sami Zayn, Heath Slater, Rhino? You can go on and on for the lower card guys, but what did he do that was any different than them that makes him deserving of the WWE Championship? I'm a person who believes that championships should have some type of seriousness to them, and I feel guys should work their way up from the bottom. I don't like when someone just wins the WWE Championship. Was it supposed to be a fluke victory? Perhaps. Is he supposed to be a transition champion? Perhaps. Is he going to lose it tonight on SmackDown? Perhaps. I don't know what they're going to do with Jinder Mahal as a character or where they're going for this. I can't tell. But Randy Orton was stale, no matter what. And his storyline started getting stale with Bray Wyatt once he revealed that he was turning on him and challenging him at WrestleMania. And as Bray Wyatt said, Damn. Why did Bray Wyatt have to lose at WrestleMania to Randy Orton if this was the plan? I guess it's better than him losing to Jinder Mahal, but still, you made it seem like you had a different change in direction just to give the belt to Mahal. The title has changed hands every month for the WWE title. I don't know if anybody else finds that kind of odd, but that's a lot of title switches immediately. And I'm more so annoyed that WWE isn't addressing how to book people into becoming champions. I want people to work their way up from the bottom, but I feel like they rush through everything today. And Jinder Mahal's no different than that. I wish Jinder Mahal the best, and hopefully he can convince me of whatever he is trying to do, whether that's putting on great matches, being a heel. Jinder Mahal, I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope that you can get this over. But other than that, I don't care. I just don't. I've lost interest in SmackDown as well. Next question comes from Richard Cumpston. Who would you like to see win Money in the Bank, and how long until they cash it in? I'm going to stick with the pick that I've been going with the entire time. Out of all the people in Money in the Bank, I'm going to go with Baron Corbin to win Money in the Bank. I think Baron Corbin is the perfect type of person to put in that position. I know he can do it. I think he just needs some matches to build him up. So how long before he cashes in? I expect it'll take him a while, but I'd like to see him in big matches and big feuds with people like Randy Orton, John Cena, anyone that you could put him in there with to put on a decent match. I think you let him go out there and see if he can handle being in the main event, how he reacts to pressure. Can he carry the WWE title and represent stuff in the media? I have full confidence that Baron Corbin can do all of this. The question is, does WWE? Because now they have a lot of options in that match. You could go with the Shinsuke Nakamura, which a lot of people want. You can give it back to AJ. Dolph Ziggler, I highly doubt, but you have lots of options for that match. But Baron Corbin, I still feel, is the best one, no matter what. I think you have to stick with your guns on that and give Baron Corbin the opportunity. Let's see. Our next question here is from Casey Briggs. Why didn't Adam Bomb win the world title? Casey. Adam Bomb, back in the early 90s, was a character that was so cheesy and screamed like that new generation era that Adam Bomb was never going to be over. He was never going to be a top guy. He was never groomed for that position. Some people say it's because of the clique, but Adam Bomb, I just felt wasn't ready yet. He wasn't experienced enough. Was he good? I think later on as Wrath and when he was in WCW in Chronic, I think he found his niche in a tag team. But was he ever world championship material? No. Because as I tell everyone, some people aren't world championship material. You need guys who will never win the world title. And I think Adam Bomb was one of those guys, unfortunately. Great worker, respect everything that he did for the business. But I just don't think he was the guy who could win the world title. Folks, that's going to be it for this part one of the Q&A. I'm still looking for someone to do the Extreme Rules preview and predictions video with sometime later this week, probably over the weekend once we figure out the kickoff matches and stuff, because WWE's so prepared. But in the description box, I do have our Twitter. Follow us at EPW Show on Twitter. Join the Facebook group, Everything Pro Wrestling group on Facebook. Come in, have conversations, join us. Lots of good people to meet in there. You can even come in and talk non-wrestling related topics. All cool to me. I just want everyone to be in there and have fun. Other than that, we hopefully are going to get some Fire Pro Wrestling news tomorrow. Always waiting for some WWE 2K18 news. So if you like it, subscribe to the channel. And we are out.